We live on channel Kunta Cuz.
On Kunta Cuz.
Yeah.
What was that though?
Unique perspective. We in the murder. We in the phone. We in the heart of the city, man. You on Unique Perspective. We got some Jersey, New Jersey. From some brothers out the trenches. You hear me? We got some G's out the trenches. You know what I'm saying? You know we colorblind over here because we got Bloods, we got Crips. We share information with all brothers. So this ain't about no certain set or sect or nothing. This is about standing on business. So y'all are at a special segment of the Unique Perspective where we basically try to shine the light on brothers who actually have done something pertinent as far as their lifetime achievements. We got a brother right here on the side of me, and this brother is an author. This brother is an author of a profound book, and I think everybody should check it out. I'm gonna check the book out myself. I need this. I got a copy of it right here. Check this out, people. Y'all know who this brother is? This is Brother Omar Atkins. He got a story to tell. And I think everybody should go check this book out because technically everybody got a story to tell. And when you hear somebody calling it like it really go, that's a story you need to check out. So with no further ado, I'm gonna let this big brother have it, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's an honor, brother, to be in your presence, knowing that you have done something as powerful as this. This is the motion. This is the movement.
It's the new way right now.
No doubt.
The OG Prime.
Let me see that book, brother. The book. Oh, give me my mic.
Let me get out the way. I'm a young whippersnapper. Yeah.
Me and this brother had kind of connected with another brother from LA, and you know, we couldn't really get the dates right, but he was saying, I'm coming now. I was just, you know, all right, brother. He called me, kept tapping in. He had a lot of things to do. He went down to DC to, I think it was Howard, one of the colleges. He went down there. He did some stuff down there, and just by him coming out here and being able to come out here and, you know, explain the delay. We in Fort Worth, Texas, Murderworth, and just to shine light on his brother coming to Fort Worth. You know, it took us about a month or two to get together, and he brought his friend with him, the guy that does battle rap. And I've already been a fan of the battle rap. I like Get You Guy. I like the other guy in New York. What's his name? The one.
Loaded
Love.
Shout out to Loaded Love, man. For real, you gonna get this work. You're gonna get this work.
Yeah. I really like that battle rap. You know, we got
a few
brothers here that you can't see. We all come in love. We all come in peace, and just to us to have something in common. I really would like y'all to go check this book out. I've been promoting on my Facebook. Every time I got an opportunity to do it, I would do it. And this book is a good book, man. You know, it pretty much talks about, you know, pretty much similar like my life too. I haven't really put my book in all the way on in paper yet, but just to somebody to take their time to do it so you can actually know more about this guy. I see he's a busy guy. He got to get out of here maybe tomorrow morning. And I'm just glad he showed up. Because, you know, a lot of guys, they say, we're going to do this and that. They don't show up. But this guy's the real deal. And I'm just glad I met him through some other guys. And, man, I want y'all to really check this book out. Check his life story out. And maybe we're going to be doing more work together. But today, man, he's in Fort Worth, Texas. All the way from Trenton, New Jersey. I always heard about the Turnpike. I was in federal prison with Sunni out at Cody. They got caught on the Turnpike with a shot of Shakur. And I was 11 working with those guys. I know the story, and I know how dangerous that Turnpike is. But, you know, man, this guy is sitting in the couch with OG Kunta and OG LA Ron, and, man, just it's a blessing. And it's a blessing. And, you know, he used the navigating system to get here. And I couldn't have found him here, but they found it here. We was already outside, so we were just glad that he show up. He let me know he was getting on the plane. He let me know when the plane arrived. And that was some good stuff.
Touchdown.
We went to another platform earlier that I was going to try to take you to, which was Real Life Street Stars. I'm going to talk to Joe to get you on there. You are already on my platform, OGLA Ron, Storytime OGLA Ron, and now you Perspective, and we're going to get you on the Bible Report. We doing things down in Fort Worth, man. Come down here. We're gonna put you in the blender with all this stuff and get you out there, man. This stuff here is gonna be the next big thing. These books is coming out. We turn it into movies and probably a documentary series.
So look, man, you know, Omar Higgins, based out of Trenton, New Jersey. I said, so first of all, I appreciate y'all inviting me down here, man. OG Kunta, OG Ron, LA Ron. But look, you know, this is my first time back from, this is my first time down in Texas in general, you know, since I've been home from jail since 2020. So last time I was here in 2005, and now I'm back in 2026. You know what I mean? So I'll be going to Houston after this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm running around, man. I'm back. I'm off parole, so I can do what I want.
Well, when you go to Houston, make sure you associate with the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you came down to the funk and you locked in with us, bro. We obliged, you know, for your presence, bro. You know, you blessed us, man, coming down here. You know, showing, you know, our community, because we are all part of a community, you know what I'm saying? Some of us are Crips, some of us are Bloods, or ex-Bloods, or non-active, you know what I'm saying? But we all have a history. We all have a past. We all have a connection, you know? And this is what 2026 is about. 2026 is about making the connection between people who actually got some motion.
Yeah.
See, what we have been doing, we have been working against ourselves by trying to be in competition. There is no competition as far as our people is concerned. Our competition is to be the best versions of ourselves and inspire others, you know what I'm saying, to be the best version of themselves. See, when you see a man and he come before with his works, with his life works in a book, that's a hell of an accomplishment. That's not something that you can just write off easily and kick up under the rug. That's something that needs to be noted, and we always have to lift up the black authors. Because see, they've been...
The reason I did write my book is because gangland and people try to tell my story. So I said, let me tell my own story. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me want to write. Just what you're saying, we got to lift ourselves. So let me rewrite my story the right way.
Let me tell my story.
Yeah, because they trying to portray their version of how I went to jail, why I went to jail, and so on and so on. So I put it in book form right here. This is where it's at, the horse's mouth.
You stop the super exploitation. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? This is pretty much what these people have been doing with our culture for a long time. They have been exploiting our culture, profiteering off of our culture, and we basically been the victims of our own culture. You know, the black man, you know, and I say this, the melanated man, we need to wake up. We need to realize that, hey, there's more to life than just living. There's more to it. That means that you need to put forth your best effort. That means if you got some motion, bro, keep that motion. And if you understand motion, you know how to accelerate. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of brothers get motion and they think that slow motion is better than no motion, and it is. But if you understand motion, acceleration is what makes motion even worth motion, being motion in the first place. A lot of people, well, I'm gonna take it slow. Yeah, you can take it slow until you learn how to drive. When you learn how to drive, you put your feet on that gas and go move. You go going down the highway, you're going 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour because you done figured out how to drive. And this is what I want to point out, bro, is that brothers and sisters, they need to figure out how to drive, bro. You figured out how to drive because you wrote a book. That's a driving course. A lot of people don't know that they got important stories or they got stuff that's actually marketable and profitable, but they don't understand the rudimentary stages of setting that up. So what I would like to know, and what probably the people who are going to watch this need to know, is what do we need to do as far as writing a book? What are the first stages? What did you have to do, you know what I'm saying, to get yourself in the position that you're in right now as far as, you know, being an author, man? You know what I'm saying?
Well, first, you just gotta take yourself back to the beginning stage. This is like a case. Some people try to fight that case in the middle, but you gotta go back to the root of the case.
Okay.
So the root of the case is where you started from, you know what I mean? So I started from Exton Avenue. You gotta jot down the notes, Exton and so on. So moving on the street, clicking up with all my crew from around there, and robbing a little bit, stealing a little bit out of the store, stealing cars and so on. So you like putting it in sections. When you put them in your sections, you're gonna write the paragraphs down on each section, and then that's how you're gonna create a story.
Right,
You know what I mean? So it's time based and time consuming though.
right.
But everything can be like everything can be like I said, it's just motion, man. And then like I said, what really dug it out is other people trying to tell my story. So that's
Yeah.
really what brought it out to me. Cause I wasn't thinking about writing no book at one
But you
point in
had
time.
so many people misrepresenting your story.
Correct.
You had so many people who were speaking inaccurate information. So it was only right that you set the record straight with your own story. Because nobody can tell the story better than the author
Yeah, nah, about
of
that.
the story.
People go with anything, man.
Yeah.
Just to go against you or just to, I guess, have a conversation.
It's
and
all
shit like
about
that.
likes and clicks and clap.
See, now when I was coming up before y'all, no, I mean after y'all, this generation, I'm the generation after y'all. My names ring bells before the social
It was
media.
already
shit.
written in stone.
Yeah, I was somebody before social media. I don't need a like or a click.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Me
when I
too.
came home,
You
it was
seen
like
what was
click.
going
Yeah,
on.
So when I came home, you know, everybody do get that time when I came home, the people that was on the porch, now they off the porch. They
Right.
got these lights and stuff and they think they somebody. Don't not like somebody on picture or something. Now they think y'all beefing.
Right. Now you got what we got going on amongst our people, and I'm gonna call our people out, is that y'all brothers and sisters that be just watching people content. That's not how it goes. If you watch my content, you should at least respect me enough to like it. You know what I'm saying? If you went as far as to click onto some content that I did, or if you went so much as to look into something that I said, you should at least respect the fact of content and like it. I'm not saying I'm in this for likes, but this is business, and your business your business is based off of the reaction of the subscribers. So you always want to build
Right.
a subscriber base, but you want to build your subscriber base based off of the truth. A lot of dudes got their subscriber bases built off of mess and lies, you know. And we need to do better. Like, hey, black people, we gotta stand up and be dignified at this point because we looking like shit. We always want to smear each other. We always want to be in competition with one another, and we always want to tear each other down. No, we can't keep doing that. And for 2026, we at Unique Perspective, we setting a different tone now. The scumbag files, that's different. But now, if we take you and we tear you down, it's because you need to be tore down in order for God to build you back up. So if we take you to the scumbag files, your next move after coming through the scumbag files is to seek God. Because we're here to tear you down. Because you might got it too far. You might got a little too big for your britches. Or you might got a little too smelly for your socks. So we got to put you in place. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. You know, and I'm not saying that in a contradictory sense of saying that it's okay for, you know, putting niggas in the scumbag files. But in reality, if we don't push the scumbag files, who's gonna know the scumbags?
Let me ask you a question. The other day Mike Epps got on social media, on TV, and he was saying that we shouldn't glorify guys that got out of prison. Is it any way you can tell us that we shouldn't glorify this stuff, but we still have to put these stories out at the same time? But how could we not glorify these stories so nobody else would try to
Can I say
do
something?
a like to themselves? What you think we need? What you think as black men we can use to not make people go the way we went, but at the same time make it educational?
So let me answer this one. So my perspective on that, right? I think y'all respect this one. How could you glorify your life? You just said it.
Right.
You speaking about your life. So
You only telling the truth.
you can't glorify your life. You telling the truth about it. Now, if somebody's sitting amongst a crowd, or just somebody sitting amongst somebody, and they're telling OG Ron's story and bigging up OG Ron and OG
Yeah.
Kobe, what they're doing and what they've done, what they had, you know what I mean? That's glorifying from that person's mouth. But when you
Tell
had
your
your
own
first
story.
child, you excited, you run around, is that glorifying? You you were saying, you telling your story, you just had a newborn baby. So I don't think that's glorifying your own personal story. So I think what it is that the people that come home, some people is like, they well known, they respected in their own city or worldwide from the things that we've done, right? But like myself, so the athletes was not, like I never looked up to the athletes, I never looked up to rappers, that wasn't me. I looked up to the street niggas. I watch documentaries, you know, you buy the 3 for $15, 3 for $10 DVDs. I'm looking at the documentaries of what everybody doing and stuff. That's what I wanted to be like. But now look at the turnaround. So the same guys I wanted to be like, that I glorified coming up, like they glorified their actors, they glorified their NBA celebrities and stuff like that. Their superstars. That's glorified.
Right.
People glorify
You
Mike
gonna have
Epps
to
because
do
they
it,
like
right.
this comedian, right?
Right.
I'm gonna see Mike Epps. I met Mike Epps.
Let me
this,
piggyback
been in this
on that.
movie. So
Everything
hold
is
on,
glorified.
so now listen. So now, like I said, when I was coming up, who I looked up to was street niggas, right? So now, what I did bad, followed on them, but now turn around, look at what they doing now. They kicking positive. So now I'm following these same guys who I looked up to before.
That was
In a
on the
positive
negative,
aspect
but they
now.
on the positive.
And now I'm following them now.
Right.
So now you want to kick the people doing kick people now that they coming home to be positive. That's
You
not
can't-
official.
Right, that's
Now,
not official.
what do we say about them?
Well, me myself personally, everything is glorified, but everything has to be put in a perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because you got what you consider minor glorification, and then you got major glorification. The
Right.
only thing I believe that should be majorly glorified is the Creator, the infinite intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Father. I don't glorify the streets. I tell my truth about my experience from the streets. I tell my truth about my personal experience. The streets are not something to be glorified. The streets is an ideal that need to be understood, because the streets is also full of a bunch of pitfalls and a bunch of other things that people need to be aware of. And when we get on here and we talk about this stuff, it's never for the purpose of glorification. It's only for the purpose of showing people the way. Because when you go down the street, you either gonna turn to the left or to the right. And each way is a direction that leads you somewhere. So people need to know what's going on, so that they'll know which way to go. Because if you make a left, that could be a trap. If you make a right, that could be to your benefit.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the streets, we only talk it in a way to show people who are still on the streets that there is a right way to go. There's a right turn to make. There's a left turn that you can make that might not end in your face.
Listen, they gotta make their mind up. Do we tell our story, or do they keep hitting? So it's two things they say. The old heads left the young one stranded, and then when we tell our story, they say we're glorifying. Which one is it?
Right. It's a damn
So
if
which
you
one
do,
is
damn if you don't situation.
And another thing, let's talk about this. What about the celebrities that hung with the guys that was in the street back in the 80s and on up?
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of pictures out there.
We
know what I
got,
mean?
yeah, everybody was in it.
Everybody
Was in it. But a lot of people, didn't get skint. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take a fall.
But they wanted to be around them people.
But they wanted to be around
us.
the people.
Look, they talk
And this is
about
why
us, they
this is
make
a
movies
market.
about
This
us.
is why it's a
Yeah.
market.
Exactly.
And we have to exploit the market for our own benefit, because they exploit it for the sense of glorifying. See, you got the authors who are telling the story for the sake of saving people from the pitfalls. But you got the people who are trying to profit off of it, and they're glorifying.
That's the difference.
It's
Exactly.
different. The profiteers are glorifying the streets. The people who actually have experiences and came from the streets, we're telling our story as a reference guide for the young men that are stuck on the streets and need a way out.
It's the only way to do this
That's
stuff.
the only way.
That's right.
Well, let me ask you another question. What's next for Omar? Part 2 of the book, or
A move. Amen.
what's next? What you
So
gonna do?
what's next for me is, man, there's a lot of things, but to sum some things up. What we're going to do right now, we're going to continue to push on Operation Capital City. You know what I mean? Omar Aiken's story from Omar Aiken's mouth. we got part two. So I'm still working on part two. Is a lot because so what part two won't consist of is all my paperwork from my state and from my federal case. You know what I mean? So you'll see and you'll read exactly what was taken from me, or how I got locked up, and you know what I mean. And this one of the funniest things how I got locked up because I was a gang member. Now, I don't know where you go to jail for being a gang member at.
Yeah,
A
that's
gang
crazy.
member, not a charge. Right, I was
but
a
just
gang
being a
member.
They did my
So that's
homeboy
why I
like
was
that.
in
They gave him 2 life sentences
Yeah.
just for being a gang member.
Exactly.
His name was Eric Taylor. Shout out to Eric Taylor. But we got this going on with Larry Hoover and a bunch of other brothers, you know what I'm saying, that were incarcerated because of the power that they possess. The power that they possess. See, when you possess power, you're a threat to the white man. You see, they don't want a black man with power. They want a black man with influence. They want a black man with money. They want a black man with identity.
But let me ask
When
you this,
you
OG.
get power,
Let me ask you
that's
this
the
though.
problem.
I do understand the white concept, the white man this, white man that. I do agree with you this. But let me ask you this. Do the power just consist of the white people, or do it consist of the ones we be with, making them calls on us?
It's everybody. I'm gonna say that. And when I say
I got
power,
paperwork when they tell
right,
on.
right. No, man, hey man.
But I'm just saying, they
Now,
sit us
let's
down.
go back to the movie Spook that sit on the front porch.
Who sat by the door?
The
By
spook,
the spook
the
behind
spook
the door.
he sat on the front porch or at the front door. That movie was an expression of how our brothers and sisters would sell their motherfucking people out. Straight the hell up. It's been selling out. It's been a gang of selling out going on for so long amongst the black people that we can't point the finger at the white man because we got to look at all the sellouts, all the brothers who fell short, who went for the underplay and said the hell with the overplay. This has been going on for so long. I mean, we can look way back into, the times where it was Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. We can go back to W.E.B. Du Bois. You hear me?
You going, wait, I don't know where you at.
Right. W.E.B. Du Bois was one of the people who was actually a sellout. W.E.B. Du Bois was a sellout. A lot of people don't know it. They put him in the position that he was put in is because the white people were looking for a pacifist. And what happens with the preachers and all these other brothers that they put in position, they put them in position to pacify the people. Because nobody's going to go for oppression. Nobody's going to go for lynching, hanging, killing, raping, and all this stuff that these people were doing. So when they did these acts, they always hired a black man to come calm it down. Okay, so we're going to go over here and we're going to oppress these people, but we're going to hire this guy to come in and tell them that everything is okay. Even though they got scars, even though they've been harmed, even though there's been things done to them that are dehumanized. We're going to send this guy in here and he's going to lie to them and tell them that it's going to be a brighter day.
You're right. But that's what I say, because I don't remember like in my paperwork, man, I don't recall seeing no white man on that side.
We can't point the finger at the
my
white
right
man.
hand man.
Right. Man, most of the time,
Yeah,
I'm going to call it, and brother can hate me for saying this, but it's always your own people. Nas said this. He said it's always your own people who will sell you out first. We're looking at the enemy, and the enemy look just like us.
Yeah,
The worstest enemy is the enemy that look like you, because you don't even know he an enemy. You don't even know. He running around smiling.
You drop him off, man.
Yeah.
You thinking, you drop him off home, but shit, he ain't never going to the front door. He jump in the car.
He jumps in the
Jump in the
car.
van.
Jumps in the van and go to talk.
Ask you another
So
question.
to finish your question, Ojima, I'm in the process of continuing my documentary. So that's a big thing for me.
I know we have an old saying in the black community. If you want to hire something from a black man, put it in the book.
We gotta take like a 10-minute break.
Okay, thank you.
Overheat. You should.
We're still online.
Yeah, the live.
Yeah, they said if you want to hire from a black man, put it in the book. Do you actually think this book is gonna,
That's a powerful statement you made.
A lot of our brothers are
is Is there any other books that you would
Can that
recommend?
microphone hear? Can I hear?
It's live.
You can hear?
Yeah, you can hear him right here.
So, cause that's hooked up to that. So what's the question?
Good question is, it says, you wanna hire some from a black man, put it in a book. Do you think this book, will get people to read more or just, just something to put on the shelf?
Well, I definitely want people to read more, and I definitely want them to read my book and take something that they can use out of it. Cause you can't be me, and I can't be you. But
But
I
you can
love
learn
you know,
from me.
you can learn from it. That's why I said I want you to
Learn
take
from
what you, even if it's the first page to the last page, take something out of one of them pages. You know what I mean? Just do it, about face, man. Cause I care. So what I want to do is, I don't want them to have to go do 15 and a half years just to understand.
Or 32 years.
32 years old.
Is there any other books you would recommend right now that you
That's a good read.
read?
I read a lot of real estate books, tax books, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, any book, I say whatever that person's preference is, I think they should read that book, man, and just get something out of it.
So it's safe to say that what we're trying to say to all the brothers out there in the whole United States, all over the world, is don't fall for the underplay and let the information be hid from you. Don't be afraid to pick up a book. You're sitting here with a brother who wrote a book, an author. And that means that we have to break the generational curse, which Big Brother L.A. Run spoke of and saying the best place to hide a knowledge or hide something from the black man is in a book. We're here to break that generational curse by writing books, by being authors. We're saying to our brothers and sisters that, hey, maybe it's time we pick the books back up. We're putting them down, we're picking up these phones. But what about the books? The books is where the truth is. The lies, the weak ideas, it's on the phone.
Can I ask a question? And I get exactly what y'all saying about,
Oh, first of all, before you finish question, this John raw footage, man. You gotta introduce yourself so they can hear you on there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, put
You
yourself
know,
out
I
there.
just shot that all like that. Yeah, this is Dre John from Raw Footage Films. My question would be, how do we get someone to pick up a book and read that never picked up book? How do we do that?
You see that? Well, I'm gonna say this. The cycle has to be broken. And what we're doing right now is the starting or the break or the beginning point of breaking the actual cycle. The curse has to be lifted because you ask, how do we get people to start reading books? We start telling people and bringing on people to become interested in the book. A lot of times, our people are not told about books and how good books are, or how important it is to continue to read and exercise your mind. See, one thing we better know about that phone, it is not only an invasion on your privacy, but it is also an invasion on your true intelligence. See, the purpose of reading a book is to exercise your comprehension and to build your understanding. A lot of times we get on these phones, and these phones is like microwaves. When you read a book, guess what happens? You spend a lot of time using your mind and your comprehension skills. On the phone, it's all done instantly for you. You're gonna read, but the facts are already there. You know what I'm saying? What the book does is it causes you to be more investigative in seeking knowledge versus having the knowledge microwave to you. See, the phone is the microwave version of information. The book is the old-fashioned stove version of information. You better know it. And I like my food cooked on the stove. I don't like microwave food. So I'm gonna be in them books. And the best thing we can say to these young brothers that's coming up out here on these streets, man, take your time, young man, and pick up a damn book. Put that phone down because that's the microwave. Pick that book up because that's the stove. And that's the true alchemy of knowledge of self, is controlling the heat. Not using it. See, we use heat, but the idea of information is to control it. You can control information when you read. You can't control information when you're on the phone.
Got a question.
Okay.
So, Mr. Omar, I got a question for you. Was there a moment when you realized that you wanted to leave your past alone and get into the writing, right? Like, I know you said you wanted to tell your own story, but was there a lot of people, they all have that moment when they kind of realize, man, I'm done with this, I'm ready to transition into something else.
It's called blowing up.
Right.
So the moment I had was I think 2018. That was my moment. I just woke up one day and just said I'm done with the streets. It was, I seen so much coming in and out of I think I was in Canaan, USB Canaan at the time. I just said I was done. It was just too much going on. They just sent Indian everybody in there. I just seen so much of the bullshit coming in, so much of the telling coming, reading so much paperwork on who was official at one point in time, just flipping. So I said, man, no need to go against the town or just the streets and the police. I definitely can't win. So that's when I said, go ahead, let me just sit down, man, just switch over. And then by people putting my story out saying, he did this, he was going to jail for that, this and that. I said, as a matter of fact, just let me put my own story out. But I did want to come home and start helping the youth. I said a lot of shit in there, right? We'll be in jail, and first we'll be on the street. Let's talk about that. We'll be on the street, and we'll be beefing with other people, right? But then when we get in jail, we got to run together because other cities got bigger numbers and so forth. Or we just got to run together because we from out of town. And then we'll see each other on the street, then we want to kill each other. Or we'll get so tight and knit, we do form a brotherhood. We'll come home, maybe we won't gun at each other, but we are respect
Our
the neighborhood
siblings is
still.
getting into it.
Yeah, so I think we should stop that. You know what I mean? I think we should pull each other up and try to, you know what I mean, diffuse it some way, somehow, best as we can. Because, you know, a lot of blood was shed.
Well, let me.
So I definitely, that definitely made me want to stop, though.
Right. Let me interject this, bro, because you raised a very powerful point, bro. There was a time in your growth and development, as far as your understanding of yourself, that where you realized that as a man, you had to put away childish things.
Correct.
Right? I get that. And this is pretty much our message right here in 2026 is to the YNs, you know what I'm saying, as well as the old ends. That, hey, we are all grown men, and it's time for us to put the childish stuff away. We not trying to tell nobody how to live their lives, you know what I'm saying? We are trying to show brothers that there is a better way. Because see, hey, the boy has to be sick. We've already, they say, when I became a man, I began to think as a man. And I put away childish things. Gang banging is a childish thing. And we as a people need to put that away. That needs to go away. That is one of those ideals that needs to be, it needs to be deceased. In all ranks. We got our young ones thinking that it's okay to harm one another. This goes against what we doing out here in these streets. If our goal is to survive, why are we turning our hands on ourselves? This don't even make sense. Now, a lot of people will say, well, we've been doing it. When are we gonna wise up and stop doing it? Okay, yeah, we've been keeping up this tradition of genocide, you know, what's that called? Defective programming. Genocidal, generational curses is considered defective programming. And where we are now in 2026 is we have to realize that we're all been victims of defective programming. So we gotta stop planting those seeds of defective programming. We gotta start putting seeds of promise, seeds of hope, seeds of righteousness, seeds of love and unity into the soil. If we don't plant the right seeds, we're not gonna get the right harvest or the right crops. You can't produce tomatoes and it's corn season.
But I think that's where it come from. That's where we come in at telling our story.
That's right.
Now, I'm not preaching it, but telling it to
But
you.
tell them, we gotta tell them.
Yeah, we gotta tell it to them a way that they understand.
Cause if we don't tell them, they're not gonna know.
Yeah, you
See,
can't.
knowing
hold
is half the
accountable.
battle.
Yeah, we can't hold nobody accountable for what they don't know.
That's right.
So, you know what I mean? So, I guess when we get mature, you know what I mean? That's where they come in at, the maturity. Got a question, Ron?
I haven't really decided to do a book, cause that would be, it'd be a lot of books, but I read 100 books a year when I was in prison. It's just that a lot of us, we need to start practicing more reading and, doing different things, but a lot of time, I really read my first book through and through when I was in prison. I never read a book when I was in prison. And that what really made me fall in love with books when I went to prison. So if you don't like reading, it just something have to click to make you start.
Audio books. If you don't like reading,
So,
you can always get an audio book. Let me explain something, from a perspective of learning. You see, a lot of people don't understand that there's a learning curve in actually using your eyes to read. The scientists have discovered that the best way of learning is listening. So if you don't like reading, you can always get an audio book. This brother's book is in audio form, right?
nah, I'm creating one.
That's the next stage, right? The next stage of the most powerful stage of learning is listening. It's not reading. That's where they tricked us at, and they told us to read these books, but they was listening.
Well, they told us a lot of shit.
Yeah, they told us
go to school.
Yeah, they told us to
get
go
a
to school,
job,
get a job.
get
All
married,
that shit was
have a
hooked.
house, get a white picket
That's
fence
right.
in their life.
All that shit was
and get a
hooked.
401k. That's
See,
bullshit.
they train us
teaching us
backwards.
how to be an entrepreneur.
See, when you reading, when you using your eyes to read, that's like a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? Because your eyes was meant to observe everything. So when you focus your eyes on words and letters, this is actually a learning curve.
Exactly.
See, your ears are universally designed for information, to receive information. This is why you can hear well, you see. Your eyes was to spot danger and to spot benefit. Your ears are for you to always hear. And believe it or not, your voice, the voice is powerful. God's voice started the creation itself, you see. So the voice is powerful. God gave us a voice, but we have to use that in our advantage as far as information and gaining information. The most solid way to keep information is to hear it, not to look at it with your eyes. You see, your mind will imagine this information. But when you see it, you're interfering with your imagination. When you hear it, your imagination runs free.
Correct.
And this is why it's so important to, because you got people that do it their way. You got some people that like reading.
Let me ask you something too, So the things you're saying is correct. So that's why you gotta learn how
To see.
tame your mind, your mental. Because if it wander like me, for instance, I love the streets. I love to sell drugs. That's just me.
Real spirit.
But I gotta tame my mind with something. So right now I work at the Father Center. It's to help young fathers and men and returning citizens to get them job readiness, resumes. They pay for a lot of
We on that right
programs
now.
and stuff like that.
We on it right
So
now.
the reason, and it's my passion to help. So I'm showing, because I have my own trucking company. I sold it, but I'm showing that I really care to come work over here every day, 5 days a week. And this is really my actually first job. But I think I don't even look at it as a job, but it is a job.
It's your passion.
It's a passion to help.
And that's why you can be successful. Because when you choose something, you should definitely choose something that you want to do, that you have a passion for. You see, a passion means that you will do it for free. Even if you had all the money in the world, this is what you would still be doing. And this is what a lot of people make mistakes, is they choose to do stuff that there's no passion in.
Correct.
so you become bored. And therefore, once you become bored, you
So wonder.
You start
Your
wondering.
mind start
Your
wondering.
mind
all
starts
that
wondering
shit.
because you've chosen an ideal that there's no passion involved in. See, when we learn stuff, we think that we learn it for the sake of benefit, but a lot of times it's for the sake of knowledge. See, knowledge ain't always beneficial. It ain't. And just because you know something don't mean you good at it.
Well, hell no, because you might know it, but you ain't acting on it. So
That's
that
right.
don't mean nothing.
Right now,
Now,
I
it all
can be-
depends the situation.
right.
though, too.
I can know a whole lot of shit, but if it's not my passion, then I'm not gonna give you the whole metal algae of it. You know what I'm saying?
Too, if somebody is to me, and I'm speaking for me only.
Or the mechanics.
Somebody can know a lot of shit, right? But if I don't see them act on it
That's
or
right.
stand on it,
It means nothing.
It mean nothing. I won't even take nothing from it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you can't keep preaching to me, telling me what I should do or what.
And you
what
not
I should
standing
do
on
and
that.
ain't standing on.
That's right.
Nah, I don't
And this
think
is
so.
why I have a problem with the YNs. I have a problem with the YNs because the YNs is only in the communities talking about they tough and they killers, and when the people come around, they tuck their tails.
So I got another question that you just brought up, the YNs. Now, we all got a certain past and a certain time zone where we was just really on it like that.
Right.
So how do you reach those people though? How do you reach the young ones that's
Let me
like
ask you
in the
something.
mix?
So,
Like how do you reach those?
so my thing is this: you can reach them, but sometimes if you like that and you're official and they respect you, they reach out to you.
You better believe it.
So I get a lot of phone calls, and now
Just
my
got
thing. So my thing with the young niggas, the YNs, I love them. I respect them. Know what I mean? I understand what, cause I'm not going, just cause I changed, I'm not going to switch up and say, y'all doing dumb shit. Okay, granted, we all done dumb shit, but my thing is this, I'm just saying, give them a chance, talk to them, see where they at, because
Fill them out.
yeah, you gotta fill them out, and you gotta show them that you respect them. That's why they don't respect a lot of old heads, cause they feel as though we don't respect them.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of old heads don't set bad examples. Cause see,
Yeah.
not us, cause we was always the ones preaching don't crash out. But it's a lot of old heads that did crash out. It's a lot of old heads that were on drugs and set bad examples.
Yeah.
How can you look up to somebody in a position that's worse than you in?
That's how we just spoke about the knowledge.
That's
You
right.
act on it, but you're
Right.
acting on it.
Exactly.
So again with the young niggas, right? Let me say this. A lot of them will listen. A lot the ones will listen, man. They really like that. They will listen to you if you give them something to listen to.
You give them something.
You gotta give them something to listen to. You
Something.
can't just come over there and just tell them what they should do.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to hear what they should do.
Right.
They want to know, why I shouldn't do it.
Well, you know what I've learned, and this is just in my own personal experience of being a person that try to lead people, or try to be led, to lead people. It's appealing to the intellect. You say, how do you reach the YNs? Number one is to appeal to their intellect.
Correct.
You have to know who you're dealing with, and you have to know their level of intellect.
And you gotta know how to approach them.
Exactly. Appealing means approaching right. You gotta approach these young brothers right. These young brothers, man, this stuff is so high tech now, they pretty much know more than we know, And they can tell us and teach us something. But see, a lot of times these older brothers, instead of them being the old dogs that can learn new tricks, they want to be the old dogs that's teaching the tricks. You hear me? And sometimes we have to be humble enough to the youngsters to let them show us something. Because see, we ain't the only people that know something. The youngsters know something too, and we got to give them, it's got to be an exchange of information. Because there's a lot of things that they don't know that we know, and it's a lot of new stuff that we don't know that they know. And there needs to be an exchange of information. The elders, we need to be humble enough to know that, hey man, this stuff out here that's done happened and popped off that we are clueless about. And this is the reason for the young men to show the elders the stuff that we lacking on. But then at the same time, you youngsters, y'all gotta be humble and respect the wisdom that's coming from the age of these brothers from living a life that you have not lived yet. See, what you young brothers gotta understand about being old is that we've already been y'all age. Y'all have not been our age. So y'all have to respect the fact that we've been y'all age. So we know something about being y'all age, and we was y'all age before y'all was. So we know something. Now, I'm not saying this to be vainglorious. I'm not saying this to say that the old brothers are better than the young. I think everybody needs to equalize. And in order to equalize, information must be exchanged. And humility must be set. Because see, you got a lot of old brothers out here, and they be like, man, F them young niggas. And you got a lot of young brothers out here, and they be like, man, we ain't trying to hear them old niggas. F them old niggas.
Yep.
And we got to stop that. Because that's where the problem is. We can't destroy the line of communication. The line of communication, excuse me, it exists for two reasons. It exists to bridge gaps, first and foremost. Because like we said, there's things that the old brothers don't know that we need to know. But there's things that the old brothers been knowing that you young brothers need to learn. Because that's going to make you a better man. That's going to make you a more determined man. If you take the time to sit down and listen to some of these old brothers who been your age already.
But yeah, but sometimes they not going to, like me right now, I'm 46. I'm not going to listen to an old motherfucker or older person that I believe ain't got the right intentions.
Right.
Cause some, let's keep it 100 all the way around the board. Some older people think just cause, like you just said, they've been here before us, they live long, they know, they feel as though they may know not more than this, like you ain't say that, but they think they've been out here before us in the streets. The streets don't change, the people in the streets change. And that's what changes. But they still gotta approach us in a manner.
It's a
that's
pecking order.
acceptable.
It's a pecking order.
Yeah, cause man, some of the overheads, man, they be on some man fuck with none of them. Let me tell you
I
something.
done heard some old niggas say
Yeah.
some shit, man, that pissed me all the way off. I'm not gonna even lie.
So
I'm
So
embarrassed.
how you think the younger generation?
Right, I'm
feeling?
embarrassed.
If you feeling bad, what
Right.
you think they feel?
I been hearing the old niggas saying some of the things they be saying about fuck the young niggas and we ain't feeling them and all. I'm not with none of that.
Me neither.
Because I know that the kids, the children are the future. We are the past. And
Let me ask you this,
our
then.
life is finna expire.
Let me ask you this. And you OG Ron, let me ask y'all this. What's the concept of fuck the streets now?
Okay, let me clean it. Let me expound on that. The streets are full of lost sheep. So it's impossible to say fuck it. Because we are shepherds and it is our job to go and locate the lost sheep. So to say fuck the streets, we'll say fuck the lost sheep. So we can't say that.
Okay.
What we can say is we can say fuck the mentality of the streets.
Correct.
Because the mentality of the streets is what led so many people astray.
That's good stuff.
That's the facts. Now people want to say what they want to say about the streets, but the streets done held niggas when nobody else would. The streets done enriched niggas when nobody else would. So we can't say F the streets. What we need to say is F the streets mentality, because the streets mentality is what's basically keeping us divided. Because in the street mentality, it's every nigga for itself.
So I agree with you. So my perspective on that fuck the street, what they trying to do, parade that around now. So the rappers want to parade that around after a lot of paperwork come out.
Sloganism.
After phone calls and shit start coming
Sloganism.
out. So now they want to cover something, or they covering something up and say fuck the streets.
Sloganism.
Alright, so now my thing with that is, how would you say fuck the streets when the streets made us all? Like you
Made
just
us
said,
all.
and I'm saying it in a different way, but the same thing. It made us all. Now I agree with what you're saying again. Not fuck the streets, fuck the illegal activities that we're doing in the street.
That's right.
That's it, cause we all came from the streets doing something in the street, and the streets made us. The ones that's in there listening to this rap music, that's saying fuck the streets.
You being
We're
lazy.
in the streets.
You being lazy
we're
when you
in the
say
streets,
fuck the
yeah, we're
streets.
in the streets, right? And I'm still buying your music, listening to that grind mode, that
Facts.
music.
Facts.
You push me some way, somehow, but you saying fuck the streets.
And
But like I said, I feel as though it's a cover up.
let me say this, it is. And most of the people that's running around with this fuck the streets mentality, they are lazy.
Well, it's only a few.
The
It started
streets,
down
right.
south.
The streets is messy. It's dirty.
Yeah.
And the responsibility of us that's from the streets is to clean it up. That's the real goal, is to clean the streets up. We can't say fuck the streets, that's like saying fuck ourselves, because we came from the streets. So we can't never say fuck the streets because we came from there.
And I'm standing on that.
And I'm standing on that, on my mama. It's not about fuck the streets, it's let's clean the streets up. And most of the people that saying fuck the streets, they lazy and they don't want to do the work.
Now the question
Y'all done
is
got
why-
content with the money you done got
Yeah.
and the status that you got. You content with that, so now you puffed up and you want to say fuck everything else now that you made. But what about the people who are being made that are still trapped in the streets? So it's fuck them too. But then you say fuck yourself when you say fuck the streets because you came from there.
But what about this? What type of music they gonna make if they saying fuck the streets?
Yeah, that's
Because
real.
all the music.
All
is
music is street music.
So what now they gonna make?
What y'all gonna make? Nerd music?
Cause all the money they flashing on their own.
That's all street money. That's all street money.
So now, what they gonna do? Cause
No.
the 9 to 5 ain't gonna get that, OG.
It ain't gonna get that. And most of these dudes out here saying that, man, is people who are content. You have to understand, when your stomach is fat and you full, you don't want no more. But you forgot when you was hungry.
Where we came from.
You forgot when you was hungry. You forgot when your ass was starving. Dear, you forgot about that part.
What would you mind think about that? What you think about that slogan, fuck the streets? That movement, this big movement.
Well, you know, I made a statement about a week ago, you know, that's why they made sidewalks, because everybody not street.
Big facts.
So let me, before you can finish, right, let me add on, I say it all the time, right, John?
Yeah.
The streets are open to everyone, but everyone not open to the streets.
Exactly.
That's my slogan.
That's a
So,
fact.
so a lot of guys try to, you know, say that because they not street. They just wanna be able to talk about something that's gonna be there when we gone. I remember when we was in prison and dudes was talking about this my table and that's my table, this your table. Bro, them tables is bolted to the floor.
Don't belong to nobody.
Those tables gonna be here when you gone. So how is it your table, bro? You know, I see a lot of times when I was in prison, dudes would allocate certain phones and certain things to the Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
And when they not on there and dude get on there, then they be honest. We never give nobody never give nobody the power to have their own stuff inside of prison because it's all our stuff. And when you do that, you gonna have problems. That's why right now with everybody talking about the streets, that's how I got my name, my reputation, because I was international, and I ran the streets. I did what I did in the streets, but you know that's where I get my money at.
So
I'm
let,
not talking about selling
yeah.
drugs. I'm talking about from the things that I did before.
yeah, so let me elaborate on my stance on that too. So Drewski on Raw put it. So make sure y'all get these clips. You know, people like to spin certain shit.
Yeah.
And I'm standing on what I stand on. So we know a lot of rappers got some shit, they came home, right?
You're not worried
So,
about that.
no, I'm just saying. So I'm about to elaborate on it. Like I said, I don't say fuck the street. I say fuck the illegal activities in the street.
On my mama.
So my
Let's
thing
clean it up.
is, when I went to jail in 2000 or 2005, if you look it up, I had a federal case. Feds put the cuffs on me. Sitting down there, then the state came and charged me with a murder. So I'm facing life in both.
Damn.
I still on all mine. I got 18 and a half years in the state, and I got 15 and a half years in the feds.
Damn.
Good lawyers.
And
They
damn
ran
near 30 years.
Yeah, they ran it concurrent. They wanted to do a separate.
That's more than 30 years.
They ran it concurrent, right? No cooperation. And the reason I'm making this statement is I came home and I say fuck the streets. I came home to help the streets, like you said.
Right.
I came home to help the streets. And like we said in our beginning conversation, the knowledge that we hold, we gotta let it out
That's right.
if we hold it. And then we can deliver it right. So I'm here to deliver it right. I'm standing on mine.
Right.
You can talk about my history, but my history is proven.
You see that?
You know what I mean? So, like I said, I did my 15 and a half years. I came home. I'm not turning my back on the young niggas. I'm not
Better
turning
not.
my back on nobody.
Better not never.
Nah, I'm helping them. No, I'm not.
That's
I'm
our
not
job.
helping.
We were a
'Cause I
part of
care.
the problem, so now we definitely got to be a part of the solution. Nobody's proud of their past. The past that we all have is not bright.
But let me ask you this, because the reason I cut you off, not to cut you off though, because when you say something, I gotta get it out, because it's something. You said our past. If I ain't go to jail, I won't be here today.
Damn
That's
right.
a different person. I really had, some people might say it's dumb, but I had to go to jail to learn.
The purpose of the past is a roadmap so that you can be successful in the future. Your past mistakes are only lessons for your bigger success in your future. So when we make mistakes, and this is the message that we got out to the young men, the young YNs out there, so what you made a mistake. The people who Jesus called, they were all sinners. You know, nobody's perfect. And when Jesus, he stepped in he stepped in a circle with the prostitute, with the lady. He told all those so-called people who were do-righters or whatever they felt like they had meritable over that woman that was in that circle that they was about to stone. Yeshua said, hey, you without sin, cast the first stone. Nobody's without sin, so we can't start casting stones. And this is not our purpose for talking about the streets, is to start casting stones. We're not casting stones at the brothers who said fuck the streets, but y'all came from the streets, so y'all damn sure can't cast them stones. Because y'all are not without sin. So for y'all to say fuck the streets, it's like saying, hey, we're without sin. And y'all are not. So don't say that, because that's not appropriate and that's not the truth. The truth is, if it wasn't for the streets, we wouldn't be here today.
When I word that shit right.
It's facts.
That's it.
That's
It's
facts.
good word.
That's facts. Say it like it go, bro. Say it like it really needs to be said. It's not fuck the streets. It's fuck the illegal shit that we doing on the streets that's causing us the pitfall and go back into the recidive ass motherfucking prison system.
Yeah, recidivism.
Right. So what we doing here today, we making a stand. 2026, this is big nigga shit. We got our big boy pants on. Real life. You got brothers like this brother here. You got brothers like LA. You got brothers like myself, man. We standing up, man. We standing on business. We letting it be known, bro, that in 2026, bro, we are doing things to empower ourselves and anybody who want to latch on, man. Man, the example is here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this brother? I'm following in his footsteps. If y'all finna get this Kunta, y'all finna get this
OG
book.
Kunta.
Y'all finna get this OG
Let's
Kunta
go,
book.
OG Kunta.
Y'all finna get that. Y'all
Yeah,
finna get
yeah,
that work.
Dallas.
Like my nigga Loaded Love say, you finna get this work. OG Kunta got a book. I'm finna write that hoe. I promise you that. This brother inspired me. LA Run. This brother inspires me, man. And then let me speak this and say this. Y'all notice that this is a blood. This is East Coast. This is a Hoover. Man, this shit is bigger than this gang shit y'all talking. So y'all, everybody in the world, we want y'all to wake up and that we are black men before anything. And we gotta take care of each other. We gotta be out here and have each other's backs. Everybody wanna be enemies. Why we can't be allies? Why we can't be brothers? Why we can't come together in solidarity and work toward a commonality which involves everybody winning?
So before we get out of here, for the listeners and the viewers, where can they follow you? Where can they purchase this book?
Listen, man, Make
What
sure,
platforms you on?
Look.
Amazon or?
make sure y'all Amazon, you get the ebook, you get the hard copy, man. Amazon, or you can hit my website, OperationCapitalCity.com. You can follow me at Mr. Omar Akins on Instagram and Omar Akins on Facebook, man. Listen, man, it's more to come to this. Like I said, man, it ain't fuck the streets, it's help the streets, man. The YN's gonna listen to us if you reputable and you stand on something. If you're not, you stand on the side and let us handle what we gotta handle. But I'm backing the young niggas. I ain't turning my back
Yeah,
on them.
we
'Cause I
not.
was once one of the young niggas.
Better know it.
Go ahead, Ron. You wanna close?
Okay. Yeah, I really wanted to, close mine out with, a lot of times people say stuff I don't really pay attention to because when I got out of prison, everybody was calling each other bitches and shit. I never fell into that trap. Now they saying fuck the streets. But, man, I just don't, I think I got out after 33 years and it's weird out here, a lot of weird shit. And I see some good stuff going on and I just want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of the other stuff.
Not the weirdo is.
Nah, I want to be a part of the stuff that means something. And
The legacy stuff.
and I think that the stories that I have in the life that I live, I think that I'm holding it a little bit. So when one of my brothers do break through and get a good deal, I hope he come back and get me and maybe, put my story out there on some real shit. Cause I did do 33 years and
Damn.
I did 6 penitentiaries. I did really 8, but I did 6 penitentiaries and 2 FCIs. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just glad that you came down here, bro.
No, that's how we doing it, Jersey. We travel, man.
No doubt.
We-
Travel.
We coming, man.
No doubt. Travel.
And be able to come up to y'all city, man, and be in
Definitely come.
there,
Well,
be able to
hell
do some serious business.
Come on out. Alright, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Down here in Dallas, Texas, man.
Oh, we're murder.
The murder.
The murder.
Yeah, that's where we at, though, man. Look, man, we everywhere. We coming with it. They call us, we coming. So be on the lookout, man.
Shout out to the
Operation
boys from
Capital
Houston,
City,
man. He going.
Shout out to Houston, man. Botany
Yeah, he-
boys, man. Dope.
Yeah.
Flip,
We fucking with them Houston niggas. Shout out
to them, man.
to the H,
Johnny
man.
Bond,
Shout out to the H.
federal prison. with
All my
Houston.
lokes, all my homies down there, man. Y'all know us, man. Shout out to the real dudes, man. The dudes that know that it's boots on the ground. This is the boots on the ground type of stuff, man. Y'all see this brother Omar, man. This is boots on the ground, man. He got a book, man. Pick this up, bro.
Operation
Amazon,
Capital City.
man.
Go get it. We
Check
out.
it out, man.
Oh, shit.
There you go, man. I think.
I want to go live a little bit, like 10 minutes on. I ain't never go live on what's the name?
What?
What's that? TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. I couldn't get it going because it's asking me your personal information.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do that shit there. I
I'm
thought you just press live.
Nah, I did it on Facebook and Instagram, but every time I try to go on TikTok, it's asking for your personal information.
No, that.
I just never know.
What you think about that, my guy?
Oh yeah, that's good stuff, man.